with the focus, there's things you have to do. For me, 5 things a day. I talked about that earlier. Like, it's essential to just have 5 key things you focus on every single day. So don't have a massive list of everything that you need to do, because if you have that, you're going to get overwhelmed. And when you have overwhelmed, you get nothing done. And you don't know what you're focusing on. You know, people say, oh, multitask. If you can multitask, it's great. Now, if you're multitasking, you're doing this and you're doing this and you're doing this and you're doing that, you'll find that you start all these different tasks and you don't actually finish any at all. And when you don't finish them, that's when it starts to feel overwhelmed. And on top of that, you don't feel like you're progressing. And then you don't feel like you've gone anywhere. And then whatever you want to do just seems too big to accomplish. So you'll start putting it off. So it's important with the 5 things a day. It's really simple. Just look at your journal, look at what is your main goals, what's the 5 things that are going to have your biggest impact that month, and then go down into smaller tasks, break it down. Now this is where people get it wrong. They do the 5 things a day and they'll put something on there that will not be accomplished in a day. So they might have 5 things, and one might be, for example, right, I'm going to systemize my business, and they'll put that down. Now to systemize a business, there is thousands of tasks to do in that. So if you put that as one of your things to do in a day, you're not going to do it. So you'll move it to the next day and you won't do it. You'll move it to the next day, and rightly so, you won't achieve it. But because you're just moving it, you're not getting to the other 4 things you had down, you'll feel like you're getting nowhere, even though you're chipping off at it bit by bit. So it's so important when you do this, your 5 things a day, you break it down into smaller chunks. Okay, if that's one of your things you want to systemize your business, first of all, what area do you want to systemize? What does that look like? Who needs to be involved in it? Who do you need to contact for it? What do you need to create for it? And then those tasks become smaller and smaller and smaller. And the main thing about it all, guys, is focus on one thing. One thing at a time. Don't look at the whole 5 things. You just go, right, what's the main thing? Keep the main thing the main thing. What is it? Number 1, whatever that is, you work on it until you've took it to the point you can't do no more that day. And then you move on the second. Do not start to do things in all 5 at once. I call it like batting the tennis ball. I do so much in each of them, and I try and bat it across. So for example, if I need a response from a solicitor, or I need a response from a client, or something of that sort, I will get it to that point and I'll go, right, I've batted it across to them, now it's in their hands, and then I can work on it when it comes back, rather than it being sat in mine. So it's always batting these balls off and knowing you've done it as much as you possibly can for somebody else to take it on. So if it's a case of me thinking, right, somebody's working for me, I need to give them so much information, and then they can do it then after that. That's what I need to work upon and do. That will be the point I get it to move it forward.